is happening in Edo State is really unbelievable. Well, I don't know why the government is so bent on ensuring that everyone gets vaccinated against COVID-19. But, I believe Nigerians have this belief that it should be voluntary, it shouldn't be forced on anyone. And this has caused a lot of issue in Edo State, and as well, even civil servants in Edo State have been barred from coming to work. Yes, from going to the secretariat if they have not been vaccinated without showing the card that one has been vaccinated. Well, I don't know why the government is doing this, but of course, there's been a lot of issue about this. But I believe he's doing it for the betterment of everyone in the state. But of course, we have reports also of, the repercussion of the vaccination. I guess that is what a lot of people are scared of. That is why they have refused to take it, especially, in states where there are no really much cases of COVID-19. But anyway, let's see what is going on in Edo State, because it's a serious issue and is really tearing apart the state as it is right now, because civil servants have not been allowed to work. And you know what that could mean. Before you know it, they won't be paid, and before you know it, there'll be a lot of other issues compounding on each other. Anyway, guys, more details, but please stay tuned and don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share, don't forget to turn on the notification bell. And if you're coming here for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. All right, dear friends, without further ado, let us dive right into the details of this report. Some workers in Edo State were on Wednesday prevented from getting to their offices as the government began enforcement of the no vaccination card, no access to its facilities rules. Governor Godwin Obaseki made real his earlier threat that residents without COVID-19 vaccination cards would not be allowed into public places throughout the 18 local government areas of the middle of this month. Members of the Nigerian Bar Association NBA Benin branch, popularly called Lion Bar, however, kicked against the decision, reminding the governor of the subsisting August 30 restraining order of the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, by a vacation judge, Justice Adamu Turaki Mohammed. Civil servants and other people who could not present their proof of vaccination were refused entry into the state secretariat on Sapele Road, Benin, the state capital. The state head of COVID-19 enforcement team, Yusuf Haruna, manned the back gate of the state secretariat opposite the zonal office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in the government reservation area, GRA, while others took charge other entry and exit points. Civil servants and visitors to the secretariat who provided their vaccination cards were allowed entry, while others who could not comply with Obaseki's directive were asked to return home. Members of the monitoring team also scanned the COVID-19 vaccination cards to be sure that they were genuine before the owners were allowed into the state secretariat to prevent the spread of the deadly pandemic. Also, the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, correspondent in Benin, who visited the state secretariat and the government house, reported that police constabularies were drafted to enforce the policy. A civil servant, Mr. John Osagiodua, said he was not aware of the directive. According to him, the proper thing was for the government to issue circular to various ministries, departments, and agencies to inform civil servants of the directive. Osagiodua said although he was vaccinated, he didn't come with the vaccination card and had to go home and come back to work today. A construction company worker, Mr. Felix Omende, said it would not benefit the government to chase away all the people from work. So how can you save lives with drugs alone without food? When palliatives were being shared, the prominent ones looted them to their houses, and we the poor were left suffering and dying, he argued. a former special advisor on media and communication strategy to Governor Godwin Obaseki, Mr. Crucio Osage, who was also bad, said he forgot his vaccination card. When asked of how Edo government would be able to sustain this policy, the head of COVID-19 enforcement team said, "What is important is that where there is will, there is a way." Governor Obaseki has demonstrated that the state wants to save lives by issuing directives. We expect little hitches at the takeoff, but there will be improvement as we move on. I am also sure that the people will also want to see if the government is serious about the directive, and with what we started today, that was yesterday, we are demonstrating that the government is ready to save lives in Edo State. I am sure that those who did not come with their vaccination cards today, that was yesterday, were sent back home to bring them, will not make similar mistakes tomorrow. It is clear that many of the workers have taken the vaccine, but they are yet to get accustomed to the practice of going about with their vaccination cards. With the media giving what we are doing here the necessary publicity, people will know we need to comply with the directive. However, Benin NBA branch, which has Pius Ohio as chairman and Andrew Lawani as the secretary, however, kicked against the directive. The NBA branch stated that Obaseki's administration decision not to obey the court order would be tantamount to flagrant disregard of the rule of law and the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. But the state government yesterday confirmed the death of a 60-year-old male admitted into the Stella Obasanjo Hospital of COVID-19 and whose vaccination status could not be ascertained as at the time of his death. The head of state's coronavirus case management, Dr. Enwonyi Osage, stated this yesterday in Benin at the daily media briefing on the pandemic. Osage said the state recorded a total of 63 new cases of the virus, 1 death, and 54 patients were discharged within the last 24 hours. According to him, so far, a total of 342 samples were collected. We have 286 people in home care and 267 discharged since the outbreak of the third wave of the pandemic. For now, we have a total of 1,098 confirmed cases, 554 active cases, and 13,388 samples were collected so far in this third wave. Across our facilities, we have 40 patients admission, 114 discharged. We have now lost 54 patients to the third wave, he said. Well, with all of this, I believe the government is just trying to, you know, take precautions against any form of infection of the coronavirus. So it is not really his fault that he's enforcing everyone to ensure that they take the vaccination. So guys, that is it. Please drop a comment. Let's hear from you, and also give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.